Hey friends.
I'm Steve.
And I'm Angela.
And we are
Midlife Cruising. We live full-time on the Villa Vie Odyssey residential cruise ship, and we share anything and everything about living aboard, all the cruise ports we visit, and just overall all of our experiences on this amazing adventure.
Today's episode, we go from Puerto Montt, where we docked, and where did we go that day?
We went to Puerto Falls.
Yes, we did. And not falls like really tall falls, but a very interesting type of fall. Where else did we go?
We also went to the Osorno volcano.
Oh yes, way up at a ski center in the summertime. I haven't done that before.
And then we took a boat ride. And this video is actually thrown back to Chile. It was one of the ports we didn't get a chance to share with you. So we're gonna share this excursion that was arranged by a fellow resident, Celia, that we jumped on. We included in our January what we spent in a month. This was one of those excursions and we just didn't have a chance to share it with you. So enjoy that footage. And also, we have another interview with the fabulous Irene. I say fabulous because every time I see her, I go, you are the best dresser on this ship. So we've given you a few couples lately, so we thought it'd be time to interview a solo. So enjoy that interview as well. And we'll see you at the end.
Ooh, was beautiful.
We just had an amazing guest photographer. Her name's Marianne. It was probably the best shot in this whole video.
Wasn't for free. I'm gonna pay me a beer later.
We're inside the national park here in Chile, and we are walking to the waterfall called Puerto, I believe. I've heard it a few times, so I can't wait to show you. Can't wait to see it.
Who's ready for a boat ride? Well, our next stop on this tour is a ski center where there's not any snow because it's summertime. And it is gorgeous up here and ice cold. Well, here we are walking in downtown Puerto Varas. Just came out of the Patagonia store here in Patagonia, and we went by the summer house of the owner of Patagonia earlier today.
On the boat trip.
Yeah, that was fun. So we're just checking out this quaint, cute downtown area. Look at the size of the hydrangeas here.
Okay, here we are. Tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Irene Zimberg, and mostly recently from the Nashville area, a small town called Mount Juliet.
Mount Juliet.
And is that where you grew up?
I grew up in Brooklyn, but most of my life I lived in New Jersey, retired to Florida, and moved to the Nashville area to be near one of my sons.
Very nice. All right. So speaking of your son, tell us a little bit about your family.
I have 3 boys. One is in New Jersey, one is in Seattle, and one is in Tennessee. And I have 6 grandchildren, 5 girls and 1 boy.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing. I bet you miss them.
I do, and one of my sons is already planning to come and visit me on board in April.
Oh, awesome. That's when our daughter's coming. She'll be here in April as well. Late April, I believe.
Oh,
Yay.
very nice, very nice. And tell us a little bit about your working life.
My first life, I was a registered nurse, and I did that for many years, and then I proceeded to change and sell residential real estate in New Jersey for 14 years.
Wow. So maybe you can be a residential cruise ship room seller. All right. So tell us, are you a renter, a segmenter, or owner here on the Villa Vie Odyssey?
I am an owner. I made the decision in about 24 hours, partly because of these videos. It really introduced me to the lifestyle here, and I thought it would be perfect for me.
Oh, that's awesome. So tell us, what does your family think about you doing this whole adventure?
Originally, it was a shock. I couldn't believe that I would consider doing it, and a lot of questions to make sure that I was making the right decisions. This is perfect for my lifestyle.
And speaking of the Odyssey, what are your thoughts so far on this sort of lifestyle? And how is it working for you?
The problem I had before boarding was that my expectations were extremely high, and I was very worried that when I boarded, I would be disappointed. And I have to say that everything has turned out to be even better than I had anticipated.
That's awesome. That's such a great thing to hear. And tell us, speaking of lifestyle and living aboard a cruise ship, is there a certain port or place in the world you're looking most forward to?
Luckily for me, I have had the opportunity over the years. We retired early, and I have seen a very good portion of the world, most of the places I wanted to be visiting. But what I bought into this for was really for the lifestyle. I'm a widow of 4 years, and I was living in a fabulous adult community in Mount Juliet that was almost like a cruise ship on land. We had all the activities and the socialization, but still, I was very lonely in the mornings and the evenings, and that was what I was looking for here, and that's exactly what I experienced. I have breakfast with one couple, lunch with another person, dinner with another person, play cards at night, and during the day there's lectures, there's exercise programs, there's plenty to do. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. The fact that they do take care of me, I don't have to food shop, I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean, they do my laundry is a big perk, and I'm doing all this while I'm experiencing sailing around the world.
That's great. And we have loved breaking bread with you several times. We've shared meals, and I always see you in our Body Groove class working out too. So I totally understand. It really is a lifestyle, and sometimes the ports just don't matter. It's just such an amazing community. That's great to hear.
And also, when we get off a port and walk around, it's interesting that you're meeting people from the ship, so it's like your neighbors are all there. It's very comforting to know that if I get off the ship alone, I'm never alone. Well, I always have other people from the ship, but my neighbors are there with me.
I did have a viewer recently ask about solo travelers, and do we have a lot of solo travelers, and are they basically going off ship together? So what do you say to that?
There is a combination. It's lucky because there is no segregation between couples and solos, so we're just one family.
Right.
But yet, there are people on board that do plan activities. We're having a dinner again tomorrow night. We get together before dinner and then going into dinner together. There's a separate area, if you choose to, where people who are traveling alone can get together. And then there are always people who are organizing trips together again as a family, not with strangers. So traveling is always very comfortable because you're always with your neighbors.
Yeah, I agree. And family, I think, is definitely a word that we're starting to use more and more. You've basically come like a big extended family here.
Every evening, all the residents get an email. Is there something on that bulletin that you look forward to for the next day or coming days?
That's the first thing I do in the evening, and I sit down with my calendar so I can enter it. And I do like the exercise class. I like all of the lectures. Then we have port talks about the upcoming port. So there's a lot of information to be had. And then anything else special that's going on for the day, pool parties, Valentine's Day, Christmas, all the events for Christmas. Every day is different. It's never boring.
That's true. You think of a regular cruise where you go for a week or a month and you look at the daily bulletin and it's so full of all the options. It is no different here on the Villa Vie Odyssey. We have tons of options, and I do the same thing. When the bulletin comes out the evening before, I pull it up and I have a little mini dry erase board and I write down, okay, I'm doing like today 10 o'clock boot camp, 11 workout with Body Groove. I just kind of write down my day, and then I don't have to see the whole bulletin, then it's just the things that I know I don't want to miss. So I totally get it. We definitely keep busy here aboard the Odyssey.
And we have a great social director because she's bringing new things to us, all kinds of game shows and trivias and all, and it's spectacular.
We agree. We agree.
The best part of my day is when I wake up and I pull apart the curtains on the window and I look out and I see the ocean or port that we're in, and that's like the best thing to start my day.
It's definitely a great way to wake up, right?
Yes.
And I also wanted to add that what I have noticed, I've been here almost 3 months, and I actually feel 10 years younger because of the socialization. They say that there are studies that helps you stay young, and I will tell you, I can notice the difference in the exercise classes. I have much more energy, and I could do things before that I couldn't do before I boarded.
Well, that's awesome to hear for sure. Keeping us all young.
I am so happy to have had this opportunity to speak to you, and I do look forward to meeting any of you who decide to come, try it out, and join us.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you spending your afternoon with us and fitting us into that busy itinerary that we all have. And we are also going to show you Irene's room, so stay tuned. And now I'm going to show you Miss Irene's room, so let's check it out. Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Look,
This is home.
Now this is how you keep track of your jewelry. Now, you know I call her best dress, and I see why. She can keep track of everything. All right, Steve's in trouble. I can see this in my future. All my necklaces are shoved here and there. Una Day 50, that's my favorite brand. So look at this. When you have just one bed, it makes the room so much more spacious.
And that's what I was talking about, just pulling apart the curtains. I don't even have to lift my head off the pillow.
Yes. We are in the Argentinian seas, and it's a rough day, but we are doing all right. And look at this. I mean, your purses are so pretty. They're like instant decorations, too.
I couldn't part with that. I had to part with everything else when I moved here, but I couldn't. So I said that'd be my decoration.
Oh, it's perfect. And the hats.
And I have a kitchen.
Yeah, I see your little weights there. I'm bringing them to the classes too. TV. Oh, this is adorable. Tell us about this.
That came from my trip to Greece.
Awesome. Love her. Got all your shoes nice and organized. See how fashionable? Come on. Here's our... So neat and clean and organized, and see how much space there is. When you have one bed, it really opens the room up. So we are deck 4 ocean view, so feels very familiar, but you have more space because we got that big bed.
That's it.
This is
That's
perfect. Well, thank you so much for sharing. Oh, I see this.
And my trip to China.
Well, there you go. Yep, you
All
are
my
well
souvenirs.
traveled.
All souvenirs, yeah.
That's awesome.
From one of the birthday parties we had on board.
All kinds of good stuff.
Yes.
Little clips to hang the important things when you get paperwork.
Yes. Right.
Well, thank you again. We truly appreciate it, and have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Well, we hope you enjoyed that interview with the lovely Irene and enjoyed our trip to Puerto Falls, the volcano, and the boat ride.
It's such a scenic place there in Patagonia. And for those of you that joined us on our live, you knew that we were going to see the penguins. What an adventure that was. I believe Angela put up some pictures on Facebook. You can get a little sneak peek of that. And on our next video, we'll show you that adventure. What a fun time.
I'm so glad we did that. It was worth it.
It was worth all the bumpy roads. And thanks to Rick and Cindy for planning that whole adventure.
Yes, we had a great time. They organized it. We stayed at an amazing Airbnb. We did the live from there, so if you haven't watched that video, it's the previous one, so go check that out. And we just had a great trip seeing the penguins and guanacos.
Oh, guanacos and cuy.
Yes. Always a big shout out for our super thanks and coffee supporters. We truly, truly appreciate you.
Thank you, thank you.
If you're on a computer, just go click those 3 little dots past the title, and it'll take you to the description of our video, and there you can see our Amazon link and all kinds of information. Remember, we are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those places at Midlife Cruising, so we'd love for you to join us there. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, will you please do so? We're trying to get that 20,000 before our 1-year YouTube anniversary.
Thanks for coming along.
Bye, friends.